Showed more than 1,000 burial sites of white South Africans that he said were murdered. We know that that was not true and that the video wasn't showing that. So I wonder, why did the president choose to show that? It's not true that the video was showing a burial site. It is unsubstantiated that that's the case.
No, it is true that video showed the crosses that represent
what the president claimed.
The video showed images of crosses in South Africa about white farmers who have been killed and politically persecuted because of the color of their skin. And those crosses are representing their lives. Those crosses are representing their lives in the fact that they are now dead and their government did nothing about it. Are you disputing that there's no...
The fact that the video showed what the president claimed it showed, because it did not show that. But even more, what I'm asking you is who at the White House...
It did show that. It showed white crosses representing people who have perished because of racial persecution.
Verifies the videos that the president shows, and what protocols are in place when there's unsubstantiated information being put out for the world and world leaders to show?
What's unsubstantiated about the video? The video shows crosses that represent the dead bodies of people who were racially persecuted by their government. In fact, the Associated Press, of all places, has a picture of that very monument, and the caption from the Associated Press is, "Each cross marks a white farmer who has been killed in a farm murder." So it is substantiated, not just by that video and the physical evidence that everybody saw on display in the Oval Office, but also by another outlet in this room, the Associated Press. So you should take it up with them if you believe the claim is unsubstantiated, and that's a ridiculous line of questioning. John, go.
Caroline is the White House press secretary for President Donald Trump's second term. She started the job in January 2025. She is 27 years old. She is the youngest person ever to hold this position in the United States. Recently, Caroline made headlines during a press briefing where she spoke about claims of white genocide in South Africa. The topic has caused a lot of tension in the room. Some reporters strongly disagreed with her, but Caroline stood her ground. She was firm, even stubborn, got into heated arguments with journalists who challenged her. The briefing was very intense, and many people on social media said she was aggressive but yet confident. This is the so-called farm memorial that Donald Trump claims it represents farm murderers. It's on N1 between Polokwane and Mokopane in Limpopo province. It's often called the Plaasmorde monument, and it is visible from the N1 highway. Activists and some Afrikaner groups praised those crosses to highlight what they believe is a crisis of farm murderers, especially in rural areas. It's not a gravesite. Those crosses do not mark actual graves. It's a symbolic protest site meant to raise awareness and send a political message. The site has become controversial, especially when used in international discussion like the Trump white genocide narrative. The monument is a memorial created in 2004 to honor farmers, both black and white, who lost their lives in farm attacks across South Africa. Each white cross represents a life lost, and as of 2023, there are nearly 3,000 crosses on the hillside. But here's the thing, Mzansi, these crosses are not graves. They are symbolic, placed by community to raise awareness about violence affecting farming communities. The monument is maintained through private donations and community effort, with the new crosses added annually during the remembrance event. So when Donald Trump's team used the footage of places like that in the video, people thought it was a real burial site, but it was a symbolism, not actual funerals. So next time when you pass by, remember, the monument stands as a powerful symbol of challenges faced by white and black farmers in South Africa, reminding us of the importance of unity and awareness in addressing these issues.
So Donna, I know that you guys think that those white crosses actually represent someone, each and every one of them. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't. And the reason I can tell you that they don't is because the numbers are available. And these numbers are provided by the Transvaal Agricultural Union. And if you know anything about the Transvaal Agricultural Union, they're not pro-government. They are fighting against the Expropriation Act. So no, they're not SAPs or anything like that, so they won't lie about it. And what they did is they put the numbers together of farm murders from 1990 to 2024. And there is no way to make up the 4,000 crosses that are at the Witkrys monument, which means that it is blatant disinformation again. So the whole idea about the Witkrys monument was that it was going to represent the white people that have been murdered on farms, which I think is a rather racist idea, considering if you are going to address the victims of murders on farms, you should actually have crosses for everyone. However, That aside, in 2011, they decided to just add another 2,000 crosses. And it's a very strange behavior. But there was also issues around Lita Fourie, the lady that started it. Her parents actually were murdered in a farm attack. And there was an issue around money too, that she was collecting money and this didn't get to the victims, allegedly. Anyway, the numbers are there. So let's think about it. So they've got 4,000 white crosses there. And if you go, there's not a name on all of those crosses if you had checked. But here are the numbers. So in total, from 1990 to 2024, and I think they stopped mid-year in 2024, and this is from the Transvaal Agricultural Union. In total, there is exactly, I'll tell you now, because it's very small, 2,285. This includes white farmers, it includes black farmers, it includes white farmers' family members, so wives, children, etc. It includes black farmers' family members, wives, children, etc. Then it includes white workers, it includes black workers, it includes white visitors, and it includes black visitors. Okay, so the one thing we can concede is that a majority of the victims on farms, because most farmers, well, a lot of farmers are actually white, is, let's see, they worked out at 1,356. And then if we take their family members, that would be 525. So we're looking at about 1,900 and something to 2,000. But there's 4,000 crosses. So, yeah, again, disinformation. And it's sad. First of all, it's sad that the monument doesn't represent all victims. But, yeah, that's your White Cross monument. So please don't run around the internet and say, but look at all the crosses, because the crosses are not a true representation of the victim.
I am a white South African with Afrikaner heritage, and I work in Alexandra. Do I feel unsafe? No. Sandton? Yes. Very unsafe. Alex? Hell no. Hell to the no. Trust me, if they wanted to genocide me, they would have done this a year ago when I started working here. Instead, all that happens is people yell Mlungu, and I'm like, hello. And maybe a couple times I've kind of almost been run over by a taxi. Not because I'm white, because I was dumb when I was crossing the road, and there are taxis. So, the grootzik. Bye, dummies. You really don't understand how to be a human being, I guess. Like,
I think anybody that didn't support it as a Republican, I would consider they're fools. It's a great bill. It's a great bill for America, more importantly.
Okay, if you did not see that, let's put it in slow-mo for you.
I think anybody that didn't support it as a Republican, I would consider they're fools. It's a great bill. It's a great bill for America.
How about some close-ups? Anyone?
I think anybody that didn't support it as a Republican, I would consider they're fools. It's a great